When you read the Bible and it says, "Who is my neighbor?" and the Bible says anybody in need, that means folks who've lost a home in a fire or in a flood or otherwise.
So the Mennonites was the first ones that responded to us so quickly, came in, gave us hope.
We all serve a living God. We see God's unique thumbprint on every one of these homes.
When different people started coming in to help out, that made me feel so good to know that someone really do care.
From West Virginia to Louisiana and Northwest Mississippi, MDS responded swiftly to floods. After more than 2 feet of rain blanketed the region in March, MDS early response teams from Indiana worked in Mississippi, cleaning up after the flood and beginning repair work.
I was at home and I discovered a lot of water was out in the street. And the more I look out, like the water was rising, and I was looking at the front and thinking the water gonna come in through the front, but it came in through the back part of the house. And once I'm just gathering, trying to get stuff, stack stuff here, stack stuff there, try to save, try to save what I could save.
My name's Larry Miller. I'm a church worker for MDS. I'm a contact. Mucking out. We are taking out mold, insulation, and we are sanitizing. We're emergency responders, but actually we're going into the area of doing some rebuild because we're going to try to make sense to people here who are not sure what is sensible to happen when there's no hope after a flood.
It does something for my heart to see a community of people that come in and say, I want to help. And so that's what excites me about the Mennonite Disaster Service. So they walked with us and talked with us until we were able to bring in that type of help.
Our goals are for long-term restoring of a family. So we have the importance of being here and not walking away from this, lest these people lose further hope. We're going to blow the candle a little harder and maybe burn a few more candles rather than extinguish them.
Greenbrier County received historic rainfall with more than 10 inches of rain falling in 24 hours. As a result, parts of the county experienced unprecedented flooding.
It was incredible. The water came up 16, 19 feet in 6 hours. We had about 10 inches on the first floor. Probably lost 75% of our things. This was June 23rd into June 24th that this occurred. And now here we are today, July 18th, and MDS is here.
We've had a lot of blessings already.
Oh my goodness.
That's a big one. Yeah, it really is.
Our angels.
Today we're in White Sulphur Springs, one of the communities that Mennonite Disaster Service is providing amazing construction and support services for. Behind me are new homes that are being built by Mennonite Disaster Services with Storm Aid. We are building about 40 homes on this site, all new homes to replace homes that were completely destroyed by the flood.
In August, over the course of 15 hours, 31 inches of rain fell in and around Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Some 60,000 homes were damaged or destroyed, and more than 100,000 people requested assistance from FEMA. The no-name storm is considered the worst natural disaster to hit the U.S. since Hurricane Sandy in 2012.
Over 40,000 homes were impacted, so FEMA and others rushed in to help. Now community members and others are rallying to muck out houses to get people out of danger, essentially black mold and other elements, and then the rebuild. And so that's where we have the pleasure of hearing about Mennonite Disaster Service. Our task and our challenge was to be the case managers of this local community, and MDS would bring the volunteers, would bring the workforce, would bring the love.
It's been a rough road to get through, but we have been blessed with the Mennonites, and they definitely are a godsend. They came from so far away to help people that they didn't even know that were strangers to them, and made us feel like family. Just started working and said we're gonna do as much as we can do to help you guys get back to a normal life, and they did.
From Puerto Rico to Idaho and Alberta, Canada, a community's first connection for disaster response is often the local or unit MDS team, made up of volunteers from nearby congregations. If the need is greater, the larger MDS region team can help respond. Within 5 regions across the U.S. and Canada, there are close to 50 MDS units in operation. Quoting Region 3 Board Co-Chair Carol Stuckey, it's still about reaching out to help neighbors, friends, and church members devastated by disasters. Region 4 and the Idaho unit began the construction of 3 homes in July.
Hi, I'm Galen Klinger. I'm from Southern California, Victorville, and we're building a nice home for a young man whose home burned down.
It's pretty unusual. I never saw my whole life one quite like that. Yeah, it started down in town. The first house, I guess, that was burnt. I guess it burned in 6 minutes.
MDS has been there. They were there early on when we started the recovery effort.
As they drive through town with that logo of Mennonite Disaster Services on the side, everybody in the community knows and understands why Mennonite are there and are very happy and appreciative for that. And I think that in itself is speaking the gospel.
And now they're still here. They're building homes. They're on the last home, so that's awesome. We're ahead of schedule. People are getting in their houses. I love that because that's exactly what they do. It's a physical form of showing people hope.
The MDS Shenandoah Valley unit has been working in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia since the June floods, first cleaning up, then repairing and building homes. By late 2016, they had completed 2 new homes with support from Neighbors Loving Neighbors.
So we partnered with Mennonite Disaster Services. It was just a very complimentary, easy fit. This house has just been under construction for less than 2 weeks, and as you can see, they've done an amazing job.
Coming out here to see and help the ones who've been devastated, just to be able to help somebody, to be the hands and feet of God. It's a twofold. I mean, we get blessed so much by doing this. In turn, we get to bless others.
The MDS Puerto Rico unit began work on the new unit office in Ay Bonito. Volunteers from the New York Finger Lakes unit worked to help rebuild the 1887 structure, repairing the roof and breaking down a wall for a doorway.
It's an island where we have a lot of hurricanes and a lot of rain. Having a unit here and having the people prepared, having the people oriented with what they should be doing, that would be one of the best and good deals here.
MDS's recreational vehicle program volunteers worked this year in Bastrop, Texas, Conway, South Carolina, Pasco County, Florida, and Andrews, South Carolina.
A little community that is struggling to stay alive. Hopefully we can help just a little bit.
What attracted us to the RV was the idea that we get to stay in our own motorhome, and working as a group. The clients you meet,
you become a family.
You become a family.
So not only that we learned one another, we was here almost a month together working diligently on this task to get it accomplished. I want to thank them. I want to thank God for sending them to help me. And not always will we remember them as long as I live.
From British Columbia to Texas and Manitoba to Michigan, student and youth service was strong throughout 2016. In March, spring breakers from Eastern Mennonite University and Bluffton University joined Mennonite Central Committee International Volunteer Exchange Program participant Leah Carolina Wanimbo at the Detroit, Michigan project.
I get a lot of experiences in here, like building houses, repair the basements.
It's been enjoyable getting to know Malika better and all the other students from Bluffton and Eastern Mennonite University as well, and also the volunteers who come here both long-term and short-term, and to share work with them.
The fact that God made a way for us to be here and to be able to do this type of work, this is a really humbling type of experience.
Last summer, nearly 150 adults and children attended Camp Assiniboia and Silver Lake Mennonite Camp as part of the Mennonite Disaster Service Family Program. The month-long program hosted over 60 children, where they worked alongside adults to clean up, repair, and build structures at the 2 sites in Canada. The unique experience allowed even the youngest family members to participate in an MDS volunteer opportunity. First-year disaster management program students completed their summer field experience at the Detroit, Michigan project. 7 students from Heston College worked at the project for 8 weeks.
7 weeks out of the 8 weeks, I was a crew leader. I'd take crews to the different homeowners, go into their basements and clean them out and build them back up. Definitely improved my leadership skills and got put in different situations, learned a lot of new skills.
And these are my children. I've adopted them. Whenever they're here, they can come and stay with me.
Being in Detroit is getting to know the homeowners and making those relationships, to see their stories and how we became part of their stories.
Emperatriz Núñez and Gumara Jimenez, along with their 6 children, have twice lost a home to tragedy. As part of the Partnership Home Program, a group of 26 high schoolers representing First Mennonite, Grace Hill Mennonite, and New Creation Fellowship spent a week hanging drywall at the home.
When we came here this week, 2 days ago, there was absolutely no sheetrock or anything up, and now we have like almost the entire upstairs done.
It's something that we've really taken to heart, this project. It really is a partnership with a lot of different people, and it means everybody works together to accomplish one goal, and that's really what's meaningful for us.
This year is going to be a blessing year. 2014 it was a bad year, 2015 it was a bad year. At some point, no matter what happened to us, our family is still together and close. Why the Mennonites come, I don't know, I just feel blessed and I feel so thankful.
In April, the town of Jamestown came together to celebrate MDS volunteers and their work rebuilding the Colorado community.
First, I want to thank everybody for coming today for this very well-deserved celebration of MDS, all their volunteers and all the work that they have done in the entire MDS organization.
My name is Nancy Farmer, and we're at my brand new MDS-built New Energy home. The house that I had before washed away in a flood, and I didn't have flood insurance. And between MDS and Catholic Charities, we were able to buy the land and build this house.
The presence of MDS volunteers in town really raised the spirits of everyone who's lived here.
Earlier this afternoon, we had our second house blessing.
This whole thing has been a great healing process for me.
This home is a symbol of how great things can turn out when many willing persons with willing hands work together. Today, we dedicate and bless this house to you, Lord God.
We were told that we were going to be a ghost town, that we weren't going to be able to come back from this because we had such significant damage. With the proper leadership and with MDS's help, that's definitely no longer the case. We are well on our way back to recovery.
You not only helped to rebuild our community, you've become our community. And having you all as our community, that is the best gift you guys could have given us. Thank you.
In May, the Pateros Washington project wrapped up after 8 new builds and 4 repairs.
This is the best.
Meeting the homeowners, their families, seeing what this means to them is an incredible feeling. Ultimately, it's a great bond, and we have a chance to show people that we really care about them. And that's part of the reason that we do that, is because we feel that that's what God is asking us to do.
MCOR tends to be the funders. However, we kept hearing about how Mennonite Disaster Service are builders.
If it hadn't have been for disaster service, I would have sold out. Count my losses and just go. We appreciate all the guys, and they're so friendly, and that come in here and do all the work.
It has been an honor and a privilege to get to see that and be part of that throughout this process.